Security operatives nab gun runners, recover arms in Jos. President Tinubu seeks 1.77 trillion naira external loan approval from National Assembly. Stakeholders call for proper toilet use to end open defecation in commemorating World Toilet Day. And on the foreign scene, schools shot in Beirut following deadly Israeli air raid. Hello and welcome to Trust News Update. I am Sumaya Abubakar. Thank you for joining us. Starting with security matters, personnel of the 3-Division Nigerian Army and Joint Security Task Force Operation Safe Haven have apprehended about some suspected gun runners and recovered arms and ammunition, including motorcycles and other dangerous weapons. Intelligence-based operations leading to the arrest of the suspects and the recovery of arms and ammunition are part of the continued efforts to ensure the security of lives and property within the joint operations area of the 3-Division and Operation Safe Haven, respectively. In a statement from the Information Department of the Joint Security Task Force, the personnel on 17th November 2024 during a snap operation at Kwananfulani in Jos South local government area of Plateau State said it arrested the notorious gun runner who was conveying arms and ammunition to foreign lumber within the same locality. The statement said during the operation, 1 fabricated rifle, 1 AK-47 magazine, 15 rounds of 7.62 mm special, 1 knife and 1 motorcycle were recovered from the suspect. It added that barely 2 hours later on the same day, security agencies at the same Kwananfulani intercepted another group of 4 gun runners. The statement noted that a search on the criminals led to a recovery of 1 AK-47 rifle, 1 fabricated AK-47 rifle, 1 round of 7.62 mm special, 3 motorcycles, and 1 jackknife. The Dokan Kariji community in Kaura local government area of Kaduna State has called on the Chief of Defense Staff, General Christopher Musa, and the federal government to deploy the military to their community to end the ongoing kidnappings and killings by bandits. In a press statement issued by the community's youth leader, Aminu Khalid, the residents expressed growing concern over the escalating attacks, which have intensified security in the region, leaving residents in constant fear and forcing many to flee to safer locations. The appeal followed recent attacks that have affected over 14 villages in the area, with the youth leader saying that the violence has left their communities vulnerable to persistent assaults by bandits over the years. Khalid further revealed that Dokankarji, the largest community in the area, has lost over 50 residents, with more than 170 abducted between April and now, while many have been held hostage for over 6 months. The chairman of Jos North local government area, J.K. Chris, says the council will probe the fire incident that gutted no fewer than 107 shops at the timber market situated in Katako community of Jos North local government area. Chris said the fire was contained with the help of the Federal Fire Service and other emergency responders. The fire, which started on Sunday night, destroyed several goods worth millions of naira, including over 107 shops. The chairman of Plateau State Carpenters Association, Shaibu Ali, who confirmed the incident in Jos on Monday, said it had been a recurring problem in the market. He further said over 200 persons were affected, adding that majority of them were carpenters. When contacted, the Director of Press and Public Affairs, Government House, Gyang Bere, said the governor visited the bond market and sympathized with the people over the incident. He also said he would work with the marketers, traders and other stakeholders to see how his administration will remodel the market so that nothing of such happens again. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has written to the National Assembly seeking approval of a fresh 1.76, about 767 trillion naira as a new external borrowing plan in the 2024 Appropriation Act. If approved, the loan will be used to part finance the budget deficit of 9.7 trillion naira for the 2024 budget. The president's request was read by the Speaker during plenary on Tuesday. The president also forwarded the MTEF/FSP 2025-2027 to Parliament and the National Social Investment Program Establishment Amendment Bill to make the social register the primary tool for the implementation of the federal government's social welfare programs. This is, as the Central Bank of Nigeria recently said, the federal government spent $3.58 billion serving the country's foreign debt in the first 9 months of 2024. Data sourced from the Central Bank of Nigeria reported on international payment statistics showed that the amount represents a 39.77% increase from the $2.56 billion spent during the same period in 2023. Vice President Kashim Shettima has called for proposals to advance innovative solutions for maternal, newborn, and child health. Shettima made the call when he launched the Grand Challenges Nigeria (GCNG), a national innovative program to revolutionize Nigeria's healthcare landscape through locally developed solutions in Abuja. The report.
According to the Vice President, what Grand Challenges Nigeria (GCNG) promises is to transform Nigeria where every child has access to proper nutrition. He added, it also promises a Nigeria where every family can rely on the quality of the healthcare system and where public health metrics continue to improve year after year.
Grand Challenges Nigeria is more than a response to problems. It is an avenue to promote groundbreaking research, build local expertise, form strategic partnerships, and engage communities in co-creating culturally relevant solutions. At its heart lies a commitment to inclusivity and gender equity.
Earlier, the Minister of Innovation, Science and Technology, Uche Nnaji, said the GCNG will develop local solutions to critical issues confronting Nigerians. He noted that the model aligns with President Tinubu's 8-point agenda, using innovation to drive prosperity and growth, and in the process, empowering researchers and innovators.
In today's rapidly changing world, innovation is essential. Challenges like climate change, food security, healthcare, and technology access require bold and creative solutions.
The Chairman, House of Representatives Committee on Nutrition and Food Security, Chike Okafor, commended the commitment and dedication of the federal government to the launch of the initiative. He said the program would go a long way in complementing existing efforts in addressing food insecurity and malnutrition in Nigeria.
My Committee on Nutrition and Food Security would be glad to collaborate with viable organizations and stakeholders in projects and programs to ensure food security and nutrition, especially among children and pregnant women.
Similarly, the Chairman, Board of Trustees, Nutrition Society of Nigeria, Muhammad Sanusi II, said the responsibility of addressing the issues of malnutrition and food insecurity requires focused efforts and collective actions.
This principle of focused effort and collective action has underlined the framework of Grand Challenges as a model that has been used since 1900 for solving difficult and intractable global problems, as we may describe what Nigerians currently live through.
In the same vein, the President of the Nutrition Society of Nigeria, Professor Salisu Abubakar, said the program will leverage locally sourced and research solutions and approaches. For her part, the Special Assistant to the President on Public Health, Uju Rochas Anwola, said the launch of the program reflects the commitment of Tinubu's administration to reforming the economy to ensure food security.
The National Judicial Council has constituted a committee to investigate multiple allegations of misconduct against Osun State Chief Judge Justice Adepele Ojo. The allegations against Justice Ojo claimed that she had repeatedly failed to adhere to legal and ethical standards expected of her position. She was also accused of corruption, disobedience to court orders, abuse of office, and neglecting the core principles of justice. These actions are believed to have severely undermined the credibility of the judiciary in the state. A petition submitted to the NJC by the Concerned Citizens of Nigeria, Osun State Chapter, claims that Justice Ojo's actions have violated both the spirit and the letter of the law. Before now, the Osun State Governor Ademola Adeleke had suspended Justice Ojo following a resolution by the State House of Assembly. But the NJC faulted the process and the Chief Judge was reinstated to her position. Staff members of the dissolved Heritage Bank have taken to the Central Bank of Nigeria, the CBN, the Nigerian Deposit Insurance Corporation, NDIC, to court over the non-payment of its entitlement and freezing of their personal account after what they call unlawful dissolution of the bank. Counsel to the claimants, Maxwell Opara, who spoke shortly after the court sitting, said the court had adjourned the case for proper hearing to the 10th of December 2023. Constance Okedu, who spoke on behalf of the sacked Heritage Bank staff, dissolved their grievances to newsmen and expressed hope that the court will ensure that justice is served.
The provision of NDIC Act and CBN has stated the procedure by which you can adopt in liquidating a bank and what you are expected to do to handle the staff and the depositors. Even their own private account, they frozen it. What basis? How many months we are talking about from June up to this extent? Nigerians who put in all their effort, when has it become an offense for somebody to work in a bank?
Months ago, we came to work, we resumed just in the morning at about 8 o'clock. Some officers from NDIC, came and said that they wanted to know the position of the bank. Liquidation, outright liquidation, like closed down without no prior notice, nothing. And we thought it was a joke. They asked us for the keys and everything and asked us to go home. And since then till now, we've not been paid any salary. By the way, we are still members of staff of Heritage Bank because we still have our ID cards with us. We have not been officially disengaged. So I am still a member of staff of Heritage Bank. And as far as I'm concerned, CBN is owing me 5 to 6 months salary because I have not been paid since from June till now.
Water, sanitation and hygiene stakeholders in Bauchi have advised toilet business owners, the TBOS, and communities to ensure proper usage of public toilets to complement government's effort towards achieving an open defecation-free status across the state. They made the call at the commemoration of the 2024 World Toilet Day in Bauchi local government area with the theme, Toilet, a Place for Peace. Trust TV's Adam Imam has details.
Over 2.6 billion worldwide are served by on-site sanitation method that need fecal sludge management. Stakeholders says availability of safe and hygienic toilets plays a crucial role in ensuring safe and healthy communities. While handing over improved movable toilets to some local government areas, United Nations Children's Fund UNICEF observed that millions of people around the world are faced with challenges of health, education, and economy due to lack of access to safe sanitation, noting that 1 gram of human waste can carry millions of harmful bacteria, viruses, and parasites.
Beyond the immediate health impacts, open defecation affects every part of our daily life. Children will miss school. families will spend their hard-earned money on health care.
Have reached a milestone in which the UNICEF have given us what we have been lacking in the past. So in a nutshell, we are very happy, and by God's grace, we'll utilize those equipment that were given to us effectively.
So when you are talking about citywide inclusive basic sanitation, you are targeting the urban centers. That's why we want to expand the activities of sanitary inspectors, which we call them in Hausa. We want to have more numbers, deploy them to our communities so that at least they can sensitize our communities on this issue of safely managed sanitation and other basic sanitation aspects that will ultimately safeguard the public health of our people.
We realize that the type of latrine we are constructing, which is mainly field latrine, do collapse seasonally. So it makes people to even develop develop less interest in construction latrine because they are forced to construct latrine at every season. So based on that, we think of a way of coming with constructing improved sanitation facilities. And they don't have the money to do that. That's why we bring in the issue of sanitation marketing. And this sanitation marketing are anchored by private sector.
According to stakeholders, lack of access to safe sanitation is a daily struggle affecting health, education, and economic opportunities globally, while poor sanitation increases the risk of life-threatening diseases, especially among children and adolescent girls. Adam Imam, Trust TV News, Bauchi.
This is News Update on Trust TV. Coming up, poor customer service inundates Nigeria airline operators amid soaring costs. There's and more to come after the break. Stay with us. Welcome back, and thank you for staying with us on News Update on Trust TV. Here's a recap of our top stories. Security operatives nab gun runners, recover arms in Jos. And President Tinubu seeks 1.77 trillion naira external loan approval from the National Assembly. Moving on to other stories, air travelers have expressed concerns over the rise in flight delays, lamenting that their experiences with the domestic and international airlines have not been palatable. They said airlines must live up to expectations in terms of timely and efficient communication with passengers when their flights are expected to be disrupted for safety reasons. The report.
Over time, the issue of flight delays and cancellations have become a recurring decimal in the aviation industry. With every delay, passengers continue to express frustration over their experiences with various airlines. Apart from flight delays and cancellations, cases of missing baggages too have been one of the many complaints against airlines. Most of the passengers who spoke with Trust TV News at the Murtala Mohammed International Airport advised airlines to improve on their customer service and minimize delays as much as possible.
There are cancel passengers' flights without any prior announcement. They will just cancel it, and you just came to the airport, you become stranded. For instance, I am from Yobe State. I came here to take a flight to Nairobi, then from there to Cape Town, and eventually my flight was cancelled. So I was stranded at the airport, and it's because government is not doing anything, including the domestic and the international flights.
In most cases, when flights are changed, there's no prior notification. You just move ahead with the initial arrangement, only for you to get to the airport, and you are told the flight timing is altered, and it is on that spot you are just getting to know. A lot could be done if timing can be changed, but those that are expected should be well informed ahead of time.
So we left Abuja 1:30 a.m. to arrive Lagos 2:30 a.m. this morning. That was a flight that was scheduled for 6:30 p.m. yesterday. Meanwhile, this same ticket I'm talking about here has been with me for the past 3 months. Keep cancelling, opening, closing, opening and reopening, revalidating and all of that. As I speak to you, I still have some tickets lying down with me. Some meant to go to Kanu, they are still there with me. Maybe anytime I have a community, I can reopen them and all of that. So It's been a recurrent decimal. I don't know how we're going to go out of it.
The Nigeria Civil Aviation Authority, NCAA, the apex regulatory body in the aviation industry, is not unawares of the challenges facing air travelers. This is why it continues to educate passengers to be conversant with their rights and obligations. The NCAA Director of Public Relations and Consumer Protection, Michael Achumugu, during a roadshow to educate air passengers, said airlines have a responsibility to provide the best service to the travelers. He said in the cases of missing luggages, for instance, airlines are mandated to pay 10,000 naira to passengers on a domestic flight and $117 on an international flight.
We are here to discourage unruly passenger behavior at the terminals. No matter what the provocation is, no matter the disruption, take your time, report to the NCAA, and your rights will be protected. Remember that the NCAA has personal protection officers across 23 terminals in Nigeria. So right there at the terminal where you feel dissatisfied with the service being offered, locate our NCAA officers. They are now uniformed, as you can see, easily identifiable, and they work for you. They will protect your rights at all times.
The aviation industry in Nigeria is indeed a part of the global aviation ecosystem and must strive at all times to operate within the realm of the standard and recommended practices by the International Civil Aviation Organization, ICAO. Therefore, enforcing the rules relating to customer protection is paramount to making air transportation more seamless and efficient for the passengers.
In business, the Canadian government has continued and announced an additional $20.5 million in funding over the next 5 years to support Francophone and Anglophone minority communities to foster inclusive labor markets. This minority community includes English speakers in Quebec and French speakers outside Quebec, or individuals who are non-Caucasian in race or non-white individuals such as Black Canadians. This new allocation to the Enabling Fund for Official Language Minority Communities program was highlighted by Minister of Employment, Workforce Development and Official Languages, Randy Boyce-Soinault. With this boost, the Enabling Fund, which had already secured an investment of $74.5 million for 2023 to 2028, will now total $95 million. This funding supports about 14 organizations across Canada, ensuring each province and territory has one Francophone and one Anglophone organization. This latest funding commitment reaffirms the government's dedication to fostering the diversity and vitality of Canada's official language minority communities. On a foreign scene, schools in Beirut were closed on Monday after rare strikes on central district of the Lebanese capital killed 6 people, including Hezbollah spokesman, the latest senior figure slain by Israel. Sunday's strike hit densely populated districts of central Beirut that had so far been spared the violence engulfing other areas of Lebanon, including Hezbollah's largely emptied bastion in the city's southern suburbs. 6 people were killed in 2 separate strikes, according to the Lebanese Health Ministry, including Hezbollah Media Relations Chief Mohammed Afif, the group said. Israel's military confirmed it had carried out the strike that killed Afif, but did not comment on a second attack in central Beirut. The strikes prompted the Education Ministry to shut schools and higher education institutions in the Beirut area for 2 days. Children and young people around Lebanon have been heavily impacted by the war, which has seen schools around the country turned into shelters for the displaced. In sports, Rivers Hoopers have once again asserted their dominance in the Nigerian basketball, winning the National Premier Basketball League title for the second time in a row. The defending champions went unbeaten throughout the tournament, capping their flawless campaign with a 7-1-54 victory over Hoops and Red in the final. Kelvin Amayo was the standout performer in the final, delivering a masterclass with 29 points. His consistent brilliance throughout the tournament has made him the clear favorite for the Best Player of the Tournament award. Earlier in the day, Boko City Chiefs secured a third-place finish by narrowly defeating Nile University 56-53. The Chiefs, who finished as runners-up last year, are eager to go one step further into the next edition of the tournament after back-to-back podium finishes. With their victory, Rivers Hoopers have earned automatic qualification for the Basketball African League, the BAL, where they will persist and represent Nigeria with the hope of bringing the Continental Trophy home, adding to their growing legacy. And with that, we have come to the end of Trust TV News Update. Do not forget to follow us across all our social media platforms and join our YouTube live stream for more news programs and documentaries. I am Sumaya Abubakar. Thanks for watching.